Big Mama has just awoken, so probably the biggest waves of our lives right now. The waves were so gigantic, I've never seen waves bigger than that. The spray alone from these waves hitting the cliff were going another 150 feet in the air. There was 20, 30,000 people on the cliff. The hype was who's going to ride the 100-foot wave. In a way, it felt like a competition in itself. And I wasn't there to buy into that, and it wasn't my end-all be-all goal. I wanted to go out there and I wanted to rip. I wanted to ride waves like no one else could ride these big waves. And I wanted to do it safely. But when I got out there, you can't help but buy into the hype a little bit. I started to feel that competition of like, I really want to ride the biggest waves to come through. I got to be in the spot. And sometimes that kind of nerfs your whole approach. Being in flow state with the ocean is what is so important. And I felt like the ocean was going against me because I was going against myself. What way? What? Yeah. When you're going through a wipeout out there, it's almost hard to describe. It's like getting hit by a semi-truck, holding your breath, and then getting beaten up by guys with 15 crowbars. And the entire time you have to relax. Like it's the only way to preserve oxygen in your body is don't kick, don't swim, got an inflation vest, relax. But relaxing when the whole world is crumbling on top of you is a hard thing to do. So that takes mental training, mental fortitude, and that was 12 years of experience up to that point, trying to hone in my skills for a moment. You reach a certain point where you can't feel anymore. It's just static, like a TV that is just static sound, visual. There's nothing really there. It's just making that noise. And that's what it feels like. My eyes can't absorb anymore because they're being pressed so hard. My ears can't hear anymore. My nerve endings can't feel anymore because it's being pressed so hard. So you almost go through the pain and you feel nothing except for static. That's what's crazy, is that it can't get much worse because I wouldn't be able to feel any more. It's the consequence of riding these big waves that you gotta pay to play eventually. And I've gotten away with a lot. I had the wipe out. And for me, I've trained my entire life for this. I wasn't gonna not go back out after going through that. If anything, it gave me confidence in myself that I can handle it. Being calm when waves want to tear you into pieces, that's when you're going to get the best performance. And for the rest of the day, I got my better big waves. looking for that proverbial biggest wave ever ridden. And I can remember towing Carlos into what I thought was probably the biggest wave I was ever going to tow into. And I see Carlos's face, and his eyes go, boom. I knew something terrifying was coming. And I look over my shoulder, and I see a wave so big that it's dwarfed anything up to that point I've ever seen. It was massive, and it was actually a surprise to me when I was witnessing it that no one was on. I would call it even bigger than 100 feet. It seemed like 115, but the wave wasn't captured. The footage doesn't exist. Seeing a wave that big was proof that the monster does exist, and I can only hope I'm in the right place at the right time to ride one of those waves. And who knows if it'll happen in my career, in my lifetime. I have a feeling that my biggest wave has yet to come. And I'm looking forward to the day I get to ride it.